These are signs you're more attractive than you think you are. If you're new here and need your ego boosting on a daily basis, then I would highly advise clicking follow. Let's get into it. Number 1. I like to call this one the Ted Bundy effect. You know you're attractive when you make mistakes and people let you off lightly. For example, you don't have a train ticket and the ticket officer just lets you off. No questions asked, you are good to go. Yet everybody else gets ticketed and or has to pay fines. This happens because people think you're that attractive that you can't possibly be a horrible person. And it absolutely must have been a genuine mistake. So if this has ever happened to you, it's because you're attractive. Number 2. No matter how good looking people perceive you to be, everybody has insecurities. But you know you're attractive when you open up about your insecurities and people don't believe you or brush them off as if they're nothing. This is a common misconception where if people think you're attractive, they immediately assume that you have no problems in the world. And number 3, if you get bullied or put down about your appearance, especially by the same gender as you, it is purely for their own self-gain. And because they see you as competition, because you're so attractive, they're just trying to humble you and bring you down to their level. These are signs that your friend is into you. If you're worried that your friend or your boyfriend, girlfriend's friend is not friending, then listen up and send it their way. We're going to start this off on something that should already be very, very clear. When you are in a relationship, it is not normal for a friend to message you 24/7, like daily text messages checking in on how you are. Are you in a relationship with them? No. So why are you sharing with them the ins and outs of your day and not the partner who you're actually? The math is not mathing. If they're constantly giving you a lot of attention and they seem to care an awful lot about your well-being to the point where you would feel comfortable talking to them if you had an argument in your relationship, oh, they are just eating that shit up and playing the waiting game. You are just giving them the layup to say if they don't know what they have in you, they're an idiot. Meanwhile, they're secretly hoping that the two of you break up so that they can catch you in their arms. And guess who comes out looking like the good person in all of this? Yep, the friend who was never your friend. Number 2, whenever you are around the person you're in a relationship with or the person that you like, they never seem to get the fucking hint. Or that's what they want you to believe. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the biggest third wheel of them all? If your friend likes you, they are limiting any alone time with your love interest to make sure that they're picking up on everything and to sabotage the amount of time that you get to spend together with your boo. But you would never suspect such a thing because they're a great friend and they would never. Evil geniuses, the lot of them. And lastly, if they're very protective of you and you've heard that they've asked other friends about you, in a crowded place they try and keep you safe and at any given opportunity will try and go out of their way to help you, you'll think they're just being caring. But when you really think about it, it seems a little obsessive, no? Because if you're in a relationship, that is quite literally your partner's responsibility. Not the guy or girlfriend who you go to with your relationship problems who is secretly trying to take their place. If they always happen to be there when you're in trouble, it is not a sign from the universe, bitch. They are quite literally making sure that they are there for this very reason. These are hot girl hacks I wish I knew sooner. So if you want to get the most out of your hot girl summer, I suggest you listen up. Number 1, if you suffer from chafing thighs, worry no more. The key is to try and keep that area dry. Roll-on or spray deodorant should do the trick, but if you hate the thought of that, talcum powder on your inner thighs will do exactly the same thing. Number 2, if you are acne or eczema prone, this is going to sound absolutely ridiculous, but try rubbing a banana peel on your face, the inside part. If you're not allergic, leave the excess for 5 to 10 minutes and let it sink into your skin and then rinse it off with water. It contains so many antioxidants, it tightens pores and it reduces wrinkles. It's quite literally a superfood. So if you don't really wear makeup and you want glowing skin in the summer, this is the hack for you. And number 3 is coming from the girl who has tried every skincare product under the sun, only to make her skin worse. I've been there, I've done that, I have the photos. Less is more. Having a few holy grail products and a simple routine that includes SPF every single day. Even if you're practically a vampire and live inside, it's so much better than overwhelming your skin with so many different products so you actually know what works. This is quite literally the best my skin has ever looked. Rosacea, where? Trust me, I've been there. So let me put you onto this little gem, okay? This is skincare designed by dermatologists that's personalized to me. It even has my name on it. SPF, cleanser, moisturizer, and a daily dose of the ingredients that my skin needs in a monthly subscription just makes my life 10 times easier. So if you want to check it out and refresh your skincare routine, I'm gonna leave this code right here and you can get your first personalized daily doser for $4.99. That's literally a third of a Netflix account. Thank me later. Weird things guys do when they like you. And trust me, you are going to want to stick around for this one. Number 1, do you ever notice that they talk quite often about the gym whenever they're around you? If they do, it's because they want you to notice their body. And probably also to try and impress you with the amount that they can bench. Number 2, girlies, it's not all bad news. If a guy ghosts you, it might mean he likes you. Especially if they tell you that they like you before doing it. The thing with guys is they may seem very direct to the point and have their shit together, but behind the scenes, they're overthinking every little move like it's a chessboard, purely because they don't want to fuck anything up. If after they ghost you they're not speaking to another girl, it's more than likely because their feelings got too real and it overwhelmed them. Because by doing that he can't hurt you any further. And number 3, you guys might message each other on every single social media app and then you see each other in person and say nothing. But it's not like you treat each other like you don't exist. If you guys accidentally make eye contact, he might smile but then quickly look away. He's looking at you because he can't help it and looks away because he's embarrassed that you caught him. This should tell you he's a little bit shy when it comes to his feelings and you should absolutely be the one to make the first move. And if you need help on that, then you should definitely click follow. This is how to make someone nervous and give them butterflies. This will work on a guy or a girl, so buckle your seatbelts, listen up, and if you want more tips like the ones I'm about to give you, I'd highly advise clicking follow. Number 1, when you speak to them, slightly lower your voice. This is a really easy way of making someone think you're more confident than you are. If you're speaking in a higher octave, for example, oh my god, really? That's so cool. As opposed to, oh my god, really? That's so cool. When it's slightly higher for some reason, you sound less sure of yourself, and lowering it even just slightly is going to make you seem really confident, which is one of the most attractive traits in someone and is going to give the other person butterflies and make them nervous. Number 2, now pair that with constant eye contact and slightly smirk while you do it. And for an extra bonus while they're talking, look them up and down. If they like you, this is going to raise their heart rate. And they're going to be thinking to themselves, did they just check me out? And lastly, if you guys don't see each other in person often and you talk a lot over text, just text them, I need to tell you something. The second they see that message on their phone, they're going to be like, what do you need to tell me? Wait for them to reply, which I guarantee they will, because their curiosity is going to be piqued and they want to know what you want to tell them. It's human nature, everyone is nosy. And when they do, that is your perfect opportunity to compliment them. You're welcome. And yes, I do accept the future role of maid of honor. If you're wondering why someone switched up on you suddenly after having sex with them, listen up because I'm about to explain to you exactly what happened. See, the thing is, men and women fall in love very differently. Men do not fall in love through sex and women do. Guys will often find after having sex with a girl that they'll want to be cuddly and super close. That's because during sex, women release oxytocin, estrogen, and dopamine. All of those combined is like a happy hormone. And this is why oftentimes, even if it's in really early stages, in the girl's head during sex, she'll be like, I love him so much. He makes me so happy. She'll obviously never say that intentionally. But basically what I'm trying to say is feelings definitely intensify for us. Whereas with guys, they also release oxytocin and dopamine, but alongside that is testosterone. And what that basically does is mutes the bonding effects of the hormones. This is why post-nut clarity became a thing. The hormone that guys need to release in order to fall in love is called vasopressin. And actually after having sex, those levels completely drop. So girls, if you have sex with a guy too soon into a talking stage, that's probably why he's aired you afterwards. With girls, we're our own worst enemy and we'll go cold, block you or distance ourselves because our feelings got too real and our anxiety about the whole situation convinced us that you don't like us the way that we like you. This is especially really bad if after having sex you guys are apart for a period of time, because we'll literally just sit with our emotions and overthink the whole thing, self-sabotage and push you the fuck away. Because we feel like we really like you and we don't know where your head is at, because there isn't a safe space for us to openly talk to you about how we're feeling. We do that in the hopes that you like us enough to try and fight for us, which means that we don't actually have to tell you how we feel. Your actions just tell us otherwise. If you like us enough to fight for us, then you do, and if not, sayonara, it's done already. Which is flawed in itself, because by doing that we're probably going to lose you anyhow. Whilst this sounds ridiculously tragic, there is a way around it, and that's to find out how you increase a guy's vasopressin levels. And girls, it's literally the easiest thing ever. Just sit back in your feminine, allow him to chase you, and ask him to help you with a simple task. Guys' vasopressin levels increase from fear, accomplishment, and excitement. The chase is going to excite them. Them making the first move is going to induce fear because it's a risk. And asking them to help you with something is something that I like to call the IKEA effect. IKEA is known and loved by many. Very average furniture. The reason it's loved so much is because you have to go home and build it yourself and put the time and effort into it. Therefore, it has more of a sentimental, emotional connection to you. Exactly the same with asking a guy to do something for you. They're going to feel more connected to you and more satisfied when they do that thing. Waiting a little bit longer to have sex is also going to increase the vasopressin levels, because you've got more time to be able to do these little things to increase the vasopressin, which is key because guys fall in love over time. Also, the longer that you wait, the longer that period of excitement is, which again is going to increase the vasopressin levels. It's probably also a good idea to establish where you both stand before you have sex, so that then the whole overthinking things that us girls do never has to happen, because she'll be self-assured knowing where she stands with you. You're welcome.